for your recipe, you want 225 grams of bread flour. It's important you actually use a very strong bread flour. This is the one that actually makes the dough more so than anything. 28 grams of caster sugar, 28 grams of white shortening, 28 grams of egg, 113 grams of milk, 28 grams of fresh yeast, 2 grams of salt and 2 grams of bread improver, or you can use vitamin C. Well guys, before you start your recipe, the important thing is the temperature. Now for me, I know this room is absolutely scorching hot. It's 27 Celsius in here. Now that's far too hot for most kitchens. You want to be around about 20 Celsius. Also, your bowl wants to be 20 Celsius. And you want to get all your ingredients to around about 20 Celsius. Get yourself a little thermometer. My temperature in this room is 26 at the moment. And that's a really bit too hot. But that's because I've got all these lights around me and it's like a studio in here. Right, to start your dough, get yourself a whisk. And we'll start by putting the milk into the bowl. Your eggs. Your sugar. Now we're going to break your yeast down. Now what we're going to do is just give this a good whip up. Just mix it in so it's all dissolved in well, like that. The next bit is fairly easy. Now we've got our flour. What we want to do is put your fat in and your salt in your improver. And just mix this up with your hands. So you're making like a little bit of a crumb. Hence why if your temperatures are right, your fat will already be really, really nice and soft. What you need is your hook. Just pop your dry ingredients in and get your hook and just mix it round. It's just to start to form the dough. Just makes it a bit easier. Now you want your mixer. Right, now we're ready to go. The important thing is to make sure this hook is correctly fitted to your machine. I have actually heard a number of people who haven't fitted it correctly and have broken it. So what we're going to do is just start this off on first speed for 2 minutes. Right, that's around about 2 minutes. So what we're going to do is just get our spatula and just scrape it off. And just feel the dough just to see once that started mixing, that'll go soft. So it doesn't want to be like bread dough, it's a little bit softer than bread dough. So just check it, that does feel lovely. Now, the important part now we're going to be mixing this on third speed. Now remember, your machine might not take the punishment like this one. So third speed is quite high and your motor will get overrun if you're not careful. So do intervals of 1 minute on, 1 minute off if you're finding your machine's overheating. Right, we'll get her going. Gradually build up to the speed. Right, and that's it. And all you need to do, spray yourself a little pot. Mold it up into a ball and just cover it over. Now that only wants 5 minutes rest. That's it. Because this is what you call no time. Now the additional ingredients we need for making a Belgian bun is lemon curd, sultanas or raisins, and this is the dough we did earlier. First thing, we need a bit of flour underneath. Now it's very similar to a Chelsea bun. But the only difference is instead of having an area like this for your Chelsea bun, we now want to be out further, but sort of come in. So we're sort of in there now. So it's sort of longer that way. So it's sort of, you'll see what I'm doing. So roll it out. So this is where your Chelsea bun was, sort of like, if you remember. And now we're going to go out this far, this way. Once again, give it a lift. Right. Now what we're going to do is layer this with lemon curd. Just shake it up a little bit. Just make sure it's okay. A bit more. There's no real specific amount of lemon curd to put on, you just put on what you like really. But bear this in mind, the more you put on, the more it'll come out in the dough. And now we just sprinkle some sultanas or raisins on. Now the idea, you don't want sheds of fruit really, because it takes away the lemon curd. So it's really there for a bit of flavour. That's a bit too much really, but we'll go with it. And once again, you start from this end, or this end, whichever the case may be, and slowly roll it up. Again, you're sort of rolling it and pulling it. Remember, this will probably be very, very sticky. And there we go. So what we'll do the same as previously. We'll go for the 8. Now normally I would chop off these ends, but you don't need to. Now this would be the Chelsea tray we used previously. Now we're not going to be using that type of tray because it's too small. We want one a little bit bigger. So we've gone for this one, much bigger tray. So all we're going to do is put them on the tray and spread them really out quite well. So there we go. Same as before, just push them down a little bit. So sort of flattened like. So the idea of these now is to let them come out like this. That's the idea. They're going to prove out like that instead of being all squashed together. And once again, you put the tray into the proving box, hoping it fits like that. And don't forget to add some water in with it. So these now want to prove for around about 3/4 of an hour. You'll tell when they're ready because they'll be out about here. They're nice. And the temperature for proving is around about 25 Celsius, give or take. You can go a little bit warmer if you like, if you've got the temperature there. But 25 Celsius is plenty warm enough for these really. Wasn't that easy to make a Belgian bun? Belgian buns are ready, and we'll get them out the proving box. And there we go guys, just ready. We'll be baking the Belgian buns at an oven temperature of 220 Celsius. And we'll be baking them in the oven for around about 15 minutes so they're golden brown. Once they come out of the oven, all we're going to be doing is washing them over with a bun wash, which is 50% water and 50% golden syrup. Belgian buns are ready, we'll get them out of the oven. And now we'll leave them to cool down. And now for icing the Belgian buns. Now you can use icing sugar and water mixed together. This is the consistency you want. Right, and all you do is just ice the tops. And then we just plonk a cherry in the top. There you go, guys, wasn't that simple? Don't forget to check the description for your recipe, and also down there you may find something that may interest you. And also I have actually added a few chapters to help you along the way. Please subscribe and please share. We'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters! This is the Crazy Baker channel. Baking, lifestyle, recipes, reviews, I am the Crazy Baker. Please subscribe and please share. Laters!